Welcome back to 3D Land, and today we're playing as Luigi.
Luigi does actually control a bit differently from Mario. It's not purely aesthetic. I think it's like his Galaxy 2 playing a bit, but a little more in control. He can jump higher, I think he runs a little faster, and he might not stop as quickly, although it's definitely less of an issue than in Galaxy.
All I know is when I went back to playing Mario, I had a bit of a time reacclimatizing.
Luigi has the advantage, mostly because of his higher jumping, in that you can get across gaps easier, you can get golden flagpoles a bit easier. So, overall, a winning proposition for all. Now, this level here is actually, I believe, originally created for the special world. It's not based on a previous level. There are not very many levels like that.
That's a shame, because you would have thought they would have really taken the opportunity to go crazy for these special worlds.
I mean, I thought they were taking a good approach with Galaxy 2 in making some of the later levels, like, really frickin' hard, but also that cloud's a jerk. Those clouds, they can get in your way, and they obscure your vision, and they are annoying, and they have killed me.
How many times, Datai?
At least twice. I mean, this isn't a super hard level, but those clouds have definitely killed me.
They're mostly there just for 3D purposes, and I will begrudgingly admit they do look pretty good when you have the 3D turned on. Another star coin that you can only get with the Tanuki suit.
Yeah, I think even if you're pixel perfect with a jump, it wouldn't be quite enough.
Again, is it just me, or did they nerf the wall jumping? I don't know.
Well, in Galaxy, you could spin after a wall jump and kind of get some backwards momentum like that. And here, you cannot do that.
I missed the spin.
A thing to note, now that we have both brothers, regarding the golden flagpole, is that in order to unlock everything in the game, you do have to beat each level with each brother, but you only have to get the golden flagpole with one brother. But you do have to do it for every single level.
Jesus. It's like... Ever since, like, Galaxy, they've tried to make it harder and harder for you to unlock the final level, and it was kind of ridiculous for 3D Land.
Yeah, I mean, it's something where, oh, you screwed up at the final 2 seconds of the level, do the entire thing again.
At that point, I'd probably just put down my 3DS and go outside for a change.
Yeah, I definitely did not bother with all the golden flags until, like, I don't know. When did I get this game? I did it eventually, but it took me several months of on and off playing to finally bother.
I think it took me like 2 days straight to unlock everything.
I mean, you had an incentive to do so.
Yeah, because I was recording the footage for us to talk over.
Anyway, this is a water level, but it has the strict time limit, which I think is actually kind of an interesting little contradiction. Because before, I was talking about how it's such a chill, relaxed level where you're supposed to take it slow. And now you really have to rush through.
It's like the opposite or something.
But at the same time, being precise, grabbing those stopwatches with underwater controls doesn't always work quite as well as I would like.
Not particularly, no. It's kind of hard to take these eels seriously at this point.
Yeah.
They were actually quite intimidating in the Galaxy games. I mean, they were still goofy and very cartoony, but they had, like, I don't know, I think it was the eyes, basically.
But the nice thing about having timed levels like this is that they get over with very quickly.
Exactly. I'm glad a lot of these levels take place at sunset, because that's probably one of my favourite visual styles.
Speaking of warm colors, let's have lava in the next one.
Hooray! It's almost like we're in the special worlds!
Originally, I think this was like water down there, or maybe clouds, but now it's lava to make things dark and edgy.
It may as well be the same exact thing, because if you were to fall down, you'd die anyway.
Yeah, it's a bottomless pit. Anyway, this is based on the introductory level to this mechanic, and you can kind of tell.
Yeah. I mean, it's got a few more fuzzies. It's got lava instead of water. That's about it.
Right, if you want to grab that Tanuki leaf there from the fuzzies, you kind of gotta get better at being precise and good with your timing on these platforms. Oh, and just bypass everything, why don't you?
Well, you know, I've got the Tanuki suit. I'm going to put it to good use.
Now, we still have water spouts as ways to get up, rather than, like, lava spouts, which would be much more badass.
I was going to say, aesthetically, it's kind of clashing.
Like, I guess the lava spouts that they have programmed go through platforms and kill people, or something, I don't know. But look, where is that water coming from? Look at that. That's silly.
It's the Mario world, what do you expect? Get used to dodging fuzzies, you'll be doing it towards the end of the game.
No, you just gotta line things up properly. Once you see what you're doing, and don't try to, like, constantly dodge them like a reckless fool. Should be fine.
Oh my god, I actually died here trying to get the golden flagpole because I couldn't tell where I was supposed to get on the block because the perspective was weird. Pop in, say hello to Toad.
What do you have for us today?
Why, it's a rocket launcher, of course.
Oh, wonderful. I've always wanted one. This is the best Christmas ever.
Just like in Crash 3 Warped, instead of shooting apples, it shoots mushrooms.
Look at that, he gives us a nerfed Tanuki suit.
That's like a downgrade right there. You see why I hit you, Toad? Why you gotta make me hit you?
And he was wearing one with a handkerchief or bandana or whatever. So he had the full-out suit. He was using it for his own purposes.
Only the brothers Mario get to wear the handkerchief suit.
We have our first snowy level of the special world.
Hooray! And it's combining the whole propeller suit thing and the normal snow level, so I guess it's different.
Yeah. The original level had a bunch of bouncy mushrooms, but here you are master of your own destiny.
That's cool, I guess.
Very cool.
Could have some spikes there. Could have some lava and water at the same time.
Make this another freeze flame galaxy. Oh my, that's a very high up. This is one of the cool, crafty, interesting uses of the copter cap.
Very tricky, actually, to get that star coin.
Thank you very much for doing that.
It's satisfying as all hell.
I needed that so much. But overall, this level still isn't too tricky, but it guides you a lot less than the original version. And look at that, those narrow platforms. You gotta actually have a little bit of skill to land on those.
I'm thankful for the extra challenge in these worlds. It's just, I feel they could have created different levels and it would have been just as entertaining.
I mean, I will definitely say that these levels are harder than the original counterparts for the most part. I would... Maybe I'm a masochist, but I would like them harder, I would like them more different. Because I'll never be happy with anything I ever have.
Flippy Platforms 2, Flip Flap Harder.
Now, what can we do with these? We can have drastically different patterns that are tricky to navigate, maybe.
But then we give the players the suit and they can just fly over it.
Yeah.
Just picture the lead level designer crying into his hands. This bit here is pretty cool though, because it's kind of like a maze, in that you can get sent back to the beginning if you pick the wrong box.
It's very possible to get kind of trapped momentarily inside there if they construct around you.
Inside the flip-flap box, yeah.
That has happened to me several times.
And boom, there's the last star coin. That one actually took me a while to find.
Yeah, because again, lack of camera manipulation makes it harder to find that.
I think that's a carryover from Galaxy 2, because a few of the green stars required you to, like, take leaps of faith and jump into nothingness. I specifically remember one in the throwback Galaxy, where you would have to jump into the camera itself.
Yeah, and I was not fond of such green stars. This is clever, you gotta actually kind of time your jumps here. Again, much easier with the Tanuki suit. But it's one of the instances where they can actually make the same mechanic work against you as well as for you, which I think is clever.
I think if they limited the Raccoon/Tanuki suits, it would have been a much more enjoyable game.
Right. Because I did play through much of the special world without it, and then I said, okay, screw it, I just want to beat the game. And I just went and grabbed a suit, and it was so much easier.
I mean, the control's not terrible, but at the same time it's not full analog. It takes a while to get used to. Plus, having a run button in a 3D Mario game is kind of weird. You know, the only other game I think that did that was Mario 64 DS.
Right, and I got used to that, but it wasn't ideal.
That's a very fun game, 64 DS.
For sure. Unfortunately, my favorite game mechanic ever is no longer here. Our spike dildos of doom have been replaced by smooth dildos of doom.
Normal spikes and spike balls. These aren't unique, these aren't crazy.
I mean, I would almost expect this to be the normal world one, because it feels a lot less dire.
Exactly, yeah.
And here they've basically replaced the safe zones with not safeness. Anywhere that there are not spikes, there are bullet bills.
Or banzai bills, if you will.
Are they bonsai bills?
I think banzai bills are the big ones, yeah.
Okay. Now what about magnum bills?
Is there such a thing?
At least in the cartoon.
Okay, I don't think the cartoon is canon.
Oh, whatever. Anyway, you'll note that we didn't have a boss there.
Yeah, they thought it would just be better to put spikes right before the flagpole.
Probably more dangerous than the boss.
I had to redo this level like 5 times, because I just kept landing on the spikes, and I thought I was landing on a safe zone, but there are no safe zones in these worlds.
Nowhere is safe.
There you have it, that's World S2 of 3D Land done. Not bad, difficulty starting to rise just a little bit. It'll get harder in World S3 onwards, so we'll see you all next time. Bye bye.